Have you ever been in a situation where you really needed to communicate with someone, but a language barrier was just standing squarely in your way? I mean, we've all been there, right? You're pointing, gesturing, maybe pulling up a clunky dictionary and just kind of hoping for the best. But what if the solution wasn't a delayed text app, but an actual, seamless, spoken conversation? How exactly do you build a bridge between 30 different languages in real time? Well, that is the massive communication challenge we're going to unpack today. Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled to guide you through today's topic. We are going to break down exactly how Milipol's real-time AI voice translation works to facilitate these seamless cross-lingual conversations. We'll look at the nuts and bolts of how their interface handles this incredibly complex processing task, essentially making global communication feel as natural as chatting with your next-door neighbor. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the roadmap for our explainer today. 1. Platform backing. 2. The ping-pong model. 3. Global language reach. 4. Setup and access. And 5. Free tier limits. All right, moving to Section 1, platform backing. Let's look under the hood. Now, what's really interesting here is the tech making this real-time translation possible. Think about the sheer computing weight required to pull this off without a hitch. We're talking support from the AWS Build Accelerator, the Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub, and the NVIDIA Inception program. Real-time voice translation requires instant audio processing, intense machine learning, and immediate voice synthesis. So having the backing of these absolute heavyweights proves that the massive infrastructure required to pull off instant translation without that annoying lag is firmly in place. Section 2, the ping-pong model, back-and-forth voice. So how does Milipol actually structure a real-time conversation? They call their core mechanic the ping-pong-style conversation. Think of the spoken message exactly like a ping-pong ball. You serve it to one side, it's instantly processed by that heavyweight AI we just talked about, translated, and whacked right back. It's designed explicitly for continuous, real-time dialogue between two distinct speakers. You're not just, translating a solitary block of text, you're engaging in this incredibly dynamic volley of spoken ideas. And to make this ping-pong match work, the interface is perfectly symmetrical. You've got a dedicated side for speaker A and a dedicated side for speaker B. You just select your language and hold your respective mic button. And crucially, for real-time flow, this is huge, there are repeat buttons. If you miss a word, you don't have to awkwardly ask the person to repeat themselves. Just tap the button to hear the AI replay the translated audio. It's a real lifesaver. And this brilliantly illustrates the logical safeguards built into the system. Try selecting English for both speakers, for example, and boom, it instantly flags an error. Identical languages selected, speaker A and speaker B languages should be different. It immediately prompts you to pick another language to continue. This logic ensures the platform is always functioning as a true translation bridge, literally preventing user error before the conversation even has a chance to begin. Section 3. Global language reach. 30 supported languages. Okay, we understand the ping-pong mechanics, but who exactly can we play this game with? The scale here spans 30 different languages and regional variations. I'm talking from US English and Brazilian Portuguese in the Americas, over to French and Welsh in Europe, all the way to Mandarin, Japanese, and Arabic. You can literally connect a Welsh speaker directly to an Arabic speaker, entirely in real time. It's wild to think about. Now, while there are 30 languages available, the platform does put a massive spotlight on one specific pairing. Right at the top of their page, they highlight their free real-time Spanish to English and English to Spanish service. Given the massive population of both English and Spanish speakers globally, and especially that high demand for cross-communication in the Americas, it makes total sense that Milipol champions this specific translation corridor as the absolute headline feature of their AI voice translator. Let's move to Section 4, Setup and Access. Start chatting fast. You know the tech and the languages, so how do we actually get started? The onboarding is incredibly crisp. You sign up with an email and password, you receive a 6-digit verification code, pop that code in, and you are immediately authenticated. No clunky software downloads, no waiting around, just a secure portal ready for your first conversation. And hey, if you ever forget your login, account recovery relies on that exact same closed-loop protocol. You just request a reset, get a new 6-digit code, and you're right back in. It's a remarkably consistent system that prioritizes user security while staying super simple to navigate. Finally, Section 5, Free Tier Limits. What to expect? As an enthusiastic learner, I always want to know the practical boundaries, right? Like, what's the catch? So the crucial point here is the number 300. Free users get up to 300 voice conversations per month. That's not just a handful of quick tests, that's actually a massive amount of runway. It really lets you utilize this tool for everyday needs without slamming into a paywall on day one. However, you've got to appreciate that Millipole is very transparent about its current state. They explicitly state the free trial is in beta version and subject to failures. Because they are relying on all that massive computational power to process voice instantly, you might experience the occasional dropped connection. Managing these expectations up front and laying out their fair use policy actually builds a ton of trust. So we've explored the heavy-hitting tech backing this platform, we've broken down that intuitive ping-pong interface that makes real-time dialogue possible, and we've seen the massive map of 30 global languages it supports. It truly is a powerful tool designed to completely shatter language barriers instantly. So I leave you with this thought. With 300 free conversations across 30 languages now at your fingertips, who will you talk to first? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.